Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back here for another week of Hit or Quit, the podcast that asks if a current show that we're watching is a hit or if we should quit. And now here is a woman who does not quit this podcast. It's Jenny. Jenny, how are you?
Can't stop, won't stop,
Can't stop,
baby.
won't stop. Back for
I don't
another
know how
week.
to. Yeah,
Farmer
we're here.
Wants a Wife, episode number 3, a show about 4 humble farmers just trying to find a stable relationship or a relationship in the stable. Whatever comes first.
I loved the inflection in your voice where I thought you were questioning whether there were 4.
Yeah, I think there's 4.
Is there 4? There
there's
are
still 4. None of them have
There are
quit,
4.
right?
I think only one of them is like only partially there, you know?
Mhm.
Like
One of them has
don't...
quiet quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Jenny, we're back once again. Farmer Wants a Wife. I told Jenny before we came on that I thought this was the best episode of Farmer Wants a Wife of the season.
Of the 3, yeah.
Of the 3.
They've been 3 episodes.
By far.
And we're ranking this number 1.
Yeah, I'm coming in hot.
Okay, this is what I like to hear. I mean, Rob, listen, I'm always happy to match your energy because, you know, that's what I'm about here. But also, I will fully admit that I didn't come in quite as jazzed because I did just binge MILF Manor in 24 hours the other day.
That's true.
So
by comparison,
anything after that seems pretty tame. And you know, this is a very humble and gentle show. And like I just watched like, you know, a young man performing an act on an orange in front of his mom.
Right. So, I'm like, hey, these wine coolers are getting me pretty buzzed. And you're like, yeah, I've just been drinking gasoline.
Yeah, like
for a week straight.
I'm funneling just straight propane, like right down the throat. But this is even more charming after consuming that
very
piece
charming
of media.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, at least we're getting. I was a little worried because, like, I feel like we didn't really get a lot of setup about what the format of the show would look like in the first episode. Like, I feel like they didn't explain, like, you know, we knew that they were going to pick, you know, the 5 people to come back to the farm and they were going to get to, you know, get used to farm life. And that seems like at certain points they can send them home, but they don't necessarily have to send them home. And I didn't know whether they were just going to be at the farm the entire time.
I didn't know either.
And so at least we're getting at least a bit more of an idea about what the structure of the show is going to be. Because I feel like if the whole thing was just at these guys' individual farms, I don't know. No offense, but like a little bit of a snooze, right?
Yeah, this was not on my radar that we were going to get all the guys back together, get all the women together, and so bring them out to rodeo night. So this was all very exciting. And so
I like the mingling.
Yes.
I like the fact that we got the whole gang back together because I want there to be drama, okay? And I appreciate that the show has committed to trying to make it feel like it's very dramatic. But I just want any opportunity for there to be a little bit of drama. And so I think when the groups are too small, then
there's nowhere to hide.
Whereas,
small tribes.
And I like the fact that like you get the other groups together and like they're egging each other on because it's like, I don't have a horse in this race. Like my horse is literally over here and it is also a horse. So we have the women kind of like that are going for the one guy having opportunities to talk with the women that are going for another guy and like kind of throwing some fuel on the fire because doesn't affect their life. They're not even interested in that guy.
It's heating up, baby. Farmer Wants a Wife. Okay. Of course, if you think Farmer Wants a Wife is a hit, or if you think that Jenny, Autumn, and I should quit, should we decide to continue on, you can go ahead and use our form at any time. Go to robhasawebsite.com/hit or quit to let us know what you think if we should continue on with Farmer Wants a Wife beyond this week. And so We got everybody together. I'll be sad when they all go back to their respective farms. I liked having all the guys back together.
Yes,
Kiss
I
and tell
love
going
them.
on.
I love the mingling. Yes, we got lots of kiss and tell. We got lots of like, wait, this happened? You did this? Like, so that part was great. And just like the more interactions between people, the better. I will say I definitely got confused at many points about who was who and who was like going after which
Yeah.
farmer. It gets a little confusing. I need the Chiron to like tell me who is who.
If they
it
could
gets a
wear
little
name tags, that would be helpful. Also,
perfect.
yes.
Or even
Yes,
like a little
especially
pop-up bubble above their head, like they're a sim or something.
you're
Like
right.
yeah.
We're workshopping here, but if all the women could also like wear either a shirt or a cowboy hat that says like Farmer Hunter, Farmer
Yeah. Or I would
Landon.
love that. Or like t-shirts with their faces on it or something. Like that would
Like,
be
or
really
even
cute.
how about this? Like, we could like sort of like color code it like a survivor of like every like Farmer Allen's team is gonna wear blue.
Ooh, that would be great. You know what? And that would give the women like I feel like it's probably fun to like pick your outfit.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But like you have a theme. So it's like, okay, like you got to make it country cute cuz like you're trying to marry a farmer, but also your color is purple. And like I feel like that's a fun little challenge and I would love to see the outfits they come up with. And it would make my life easier trying to figure out which blonde woman is going for which
Hmm.
farmer because I'll tell you, Rob, half the time I mix up Landon and Hunter.
Oh, I do too. I'm
Okay.
like, is it Hunter or Landon? And it's like that I can only tell them apart where I think that Farmer Landon has like a little bit more like facial hair. He has like a little bit of like
Yeah.
scruff
Hunter's
and
baby face a lot more for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but they have like a similar
Farmer
vibe. And
Ryan, no problem.
yeah, we know well and he's got the most moves. Like
Yeah.
he's
Jenny,
like off on his
okay.
own like territory here
I was
because
talking about this with a colleague. I know the show is Farmer Wants a Wife, and I know we have a format. Did we make a miscalculation? Should it have only been Farmer Ryan? Should we have gone all in on farm with all due respect to Farmer Hunter
yeah,
and Farmer Allen and Farmer
Landon.
Landon? Should we have gone all in on Farmer Ryan?
And just had all the women choosing to go for Ryan. Here's the thing. I think with the smaller groups, you get like you're gonna have a couple guys that I think are gonna be like pretty seriously into like 2 or 3 of them each. And so I think that like you're probably gonna get a little bit more drama in that like there's gonna be a lot of people that are like kind of in it. Whereas like sometimes if it's just one person choosing from a bigger group, it's like there's like 2 front runners
Mm-hmm.
basically, and the rest are just kind of there for a
Mm-hmm.
trip, which I was thinking about this during this episode. And I will get back to the Ryan of it all. But like can you so like on the again, I always do this with like The Bachelor and Bachelorette. I sound like such a hater, but I have watched many seasons of the
We're
show.
not
And like
haters.
I feel like on that show, if you know that you're like probably not the one for them, you stick around because you're getting free trips to cool places. You're going to Europe. You're
Right.
going like you get like the
You
dates
don't
are
want to go to the
cool.
rodeo?
Listen, I'm just saying, well, honestly, finding out that they were going to the rodeo was an exciting thing. When I thought that they were just going to be stuck on this freaking farm the whole time, I'd be like, as soon as you realize that you're probably like the bottom of the picks, why would you waste your time? Like, why wouldn't you just be like, well, I could be sitting here scooping horse poop, or I could go
Mm-hmm.
home to my life and move on. And
Mm.
so I do wonder about that. But do you think so? So you're saying that you think Ryan can handle the show on
Yeah.
his own?
Yeah.
You
Just
think because
send
he's just like,
all the women to Ryan's house.
I mean, he's hot. He is not afraid
He
to
got
be
game.
kissing on multiple women.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he's like flirting like obviously with women
Mm-hmm.
in front of other women.
Yeah. And
So
then
yeah.
Jenny, I think my favorite part was when all of the farmers got together and they're like, so how's it all going for you guys? And it's like, well, I had some dates, and and then I was like, I kissed a couple of the women, and they were like, wait, you kissed one of the girls?
Yeah.
And I think that
And he's like,
Farmer
"Dude."
Ryan was like, hey, I think my friends are all losers.
Yeah, Ryan is the only one with game.
In
Like
fact,
the
a woman wanted to kiss Farmer Allen, and he said, nah, I will decline. I will pass.
I think that was like
no,
the
thank
name
you.
of the episode.
Did he try?
Yeah.
Did you try to kiss me? Poor Cassidy Joe. That was the beautiful thing about the like the gossiping with each other, because as soon as Cassidy Joe found out that some of Ryan's women were getting kisses, she was like, oh, absolutely not. Like, I am going to be the first person to kiss Alan. And she just wound her up. So I do kind of like that part, because like when they're finding out what's going on, like how the other relationships are progressing, it's not just like, oh, well, my relationship with like this person is not progressing as much as it is with this girl or whatever. It's like they're seeing the other relationships have nothing to do with them going, and then they're like, oh my God, okay, like this
That's
is
why
really
this
bad.
was good. I
Yeah.
think that having them at their own places is not as exciting. I hope we have like more activities where we bring everybody back together. So that's why I really liked this episode.
It sounded
Jen,
like that's a thing, though.
good.
Sorry.
Good.
Yeah, it sounded like I think that Jennifer said something about like every weekend or something they
Every
have
weekend.
better attend the State Fair Texas Rodeo.
Farmer needs a wife. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it sounds like there's like some sort of out of town date where they all get together. I think that was what I gathered from it. And then
sounds good.
at the end of those, then the farmers all choose the next person to get the one-on-one date. But again, I didn't really understand how this ended, because it's like, okay, you're going back to the farm, but then they were saying to the people like on the one-on-one dates, being like, okay, time for you to go back. Where are they going? Are they all going back to the same place? Then it's not really a one-on-one. Anyway. I still feel like they're holding back a little bit, just like Landon.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and the Farmer Allen as well.
Yeah.
a lot of guys holding back.
Yeah.
Okay. Jenny, this episode started off with we picked up on the cliffhanger. What a big cliffhanger it was from last week. Is Megan gonna stay with Farmer Hunter?
Will she or won't she? Yeah. I mean, we predicted she probably wasn't leaving, right?
Yeah.
Did we? I don't know.
And then did we see her again the whole rest of the episode?
I do recall seeing her. It is hard sometimes because there are a lot of blonde women.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just can't tell when they're all together.
Yeah.
Like,
is Farmer Hunter, with all due respect to the great Farmer Hunter, are things not going great? I mean, that he basically broke it off with Talia. He's got Megan who wants to leave.
Yeah. Well, what I think has happened is Hunter just has a hard time faking it. I think that he wears his emotions on his face, because my Lord, did he like seem very annoyed by Talia. And I think what has been happening is the few girls that he has stuff in common with and like is connecting with, it's very obvious that he's connecting with them, and the other women are picking up on it. So that's how you get like a Megan being like, what am I doing here? And a Talia being like, what am I doing here? Because I think that he's really bad at pretending to be into people that he's not. Because at the rodeo, I'm sorry, I was team Talia, because she was just this poor woman, like just trying to be engaged on something that is completely outside of her realm of like understanding. She's a city girl. She's our resident city girl from Hunter's Ladies, and she's like asking questions during the rodeo.
Oh my
And
God, so
Hunter
annoying.
just seemed so pissed off and is just like so annoyed.
Ah.
So I think that her reads were spot on, and she was completely justified to be like, what's going on here? Do you even like me? This,
He's like,
because sometimes those questions are not valid, and it's like
I've
you've
heard that
made this
before.
up, like it's like you've spun yourself into this thing where just because you see this person paying attention to another person, you're like, well, what about me? This seemed very like obvious that even in the time where they were getting like one-on-one interactions, he was not interested.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, okay. Farmer Hunter cut one loose here tonight, and is that the only person that left?
I think that is the only. That's the only person. So Megan
and then
decides
there were
to
18.
Stay. But I will say, like,
down to the final 18.
Yeah, we're getting
Farmer
rid of
Wants a
them.
Wife.
I loved when the four guys got together and like Landon and Hunter and Ryan are all like, yeah, I got 5 girls here, and then like Alan's like, wait a second,
you were allowed to keep them all?
Like I think that he just found out that he had the option to not send someone
I
home.
didn't know that. Yeah. So for Farmer Allen, he had some controversy on his hands as well, Jenny, because we went to the rodeo and everybody had some time to grab their farmers, and Allen was talking with Kelsey, and they were talking about how she likes it in the country. And as much as we have said, like, okay, well, Allen seems like the most awkward of the farmers, seems like some of the women that Allen has taken back to his ranch are catching some feelings. And so we had at the table, back at the lunch table, Becca said, boy, I really think Allen has a connection with Kelsey. And so here comes this woman named Kirsten, and she's like, how could you say that? How could that was very insensitive. How could you say that in front of me? I need to go steal Farmer Allen away from Kelsey.
That was so strange to me because it was like Becca is also there for Allen. I feel like she was trying to have like a bonding moment with the other women, being like,
yeah,
I see something between them. Like maybe he's into her. Just making conversation about the same guy that she's also there for. And Kirsten takes this as a personal, like, how dare you?
Why would you say that? What is wrong with you?
Yeah. It's like, we have to live on like reality here where, we know that he's clearly at least a little bit interested in all of us. Otherwise, he would have sent us all home with Sloan last week. So, like, what are you talking about? It wasn't like it was one of the other guys' girls came over and be like, yeah, actually, I think that he's not interested in you. Like, actually, he's into her instead. Like, this is another girl going for the same guy as you. She's just trying to like make conversation about the situation at hand.
I'm surprised Cassidy Joe didn't throw a punch.
Cassidy Joe has like 2 modes. Like, she's like, having a rough time and crying, and it is like aghast at the fact that someone does not want to kiss her, and then she's chilling. Like, I there was points of the night where it surprises me that at points she has been the least dramatic of Alan's women. Yeah, I thought that there was no way. I thought that because they got that early time together, the minute Alan showed any attention to anyone else, she was going to blow a gasket. And she's actually been, she's more concerned about their connection and the fact that she sat this man down and was like, hey, what if I kissed you? And he's like, maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
She's like, what?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, for Cassidy Joe, I mean, could she come back from this?
I think she can. So here's my read of the situation. I think that Alan does like her. I think that Alan does not know how to handle this situation.
Mm.
And
You think so?
my read of their conversation was not like, I am not interested in kissing you. I think it was him being like, I would like to take this extremely slow for now. And also I'm trying not to, you know, piss off these other women. And because I think maybe he probably could have picked up on the fact, like, okay, Ryan's kissed a couple girls and like maybe that's going to start, because we know that Ryan's girls know who like he's kissed or whatever. So he's probably just like, I gotta save myself the drama, you know? Like Alan's always operating on like level 3 energy and like 3 of 10. So I just don't think that he has it in him yet. You know what I mean? Like he needs to build up his energy. And like maybe if he sends like another woman home, then he'll maybe kiss Cassidy Joe. But I just feel like he's like, listen, I'm just trying to like limit my problems right now. Or
Mhm.
maybe he's like such a stud that he's like, oh, one kiss from me, baby girl, you're gonna lose your
She's
mind,
gonna
and like
be looking for more.
yeah, and he's gonna have a problem on his hands, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Okay. So not time for that. Also, he did not seem to like the Kirsten stealing him away from Kelsey. He seems to
He
like
went
to.
right with it though. Like you can say, can you give me 5-10 minutes or anything? Like I'll come find you in like 5 minutes, I promise. Like
Yeah.
they're in the middle of a conversation and it was like he finally seemed to be like saying something of substance, because the conversation leading up to that with Kelsey was like, how do you like the farm? Do you enjoy hay? What do you think about cows? Like it was so benign, and I felt like they were finally you know, getting to their like their goals and how they feel about like relationships and stuff. And here up rolls Kirsten being like, oh, Alan, were you about to show a little personality?
Nope.
Like he could have just said like, can you give me 5 minutes?
Hmm.
But no, he went right along with it, but then clearly didn't, you know,
That
didn't
being
love that it
said,
happened.
Jenny, it is Kelsey who gets the one-on-one date. Kind of
That's
also I
right.
thought a soft way to end the episode, like not even on an elimination, but to find out who's going to get the next date.
Yeah. It's like, what are the stakes? What are the stakes here? I don't know.
Nothing. Literally nothing.
I don't even know what any of this means. I don't even know where the date is, Rob. They said, well, you get a one-on-one private date. And it's like, are they just going to a corner of the state fair and just like continuing a conversation, just the two of them? Or are they going somewhere and doing something? Because then they're talking about sending the rest of them back to the farm. It's like, then where are the other ones going? Like, what is happening here? I don't understand.
Nobody knows.
It's such a mystery.
Jenny, let's check in with some of the other farmers and their experiences. We talked about how for farmer Hunter, things are not necessarily going too great between Talia and then also with Megan. Farmer Hunter ultimately is going to go with Stephanie. Do we know anything about Stephanie?
Not a damn thing. I believe that she was just getting into the rodeo and
Okay.
was just embracing and making the experience fun. And I think that during the rodeo, Hunter was strategically placed in between Talia and Stephanie, and Talia was asking questions and being like, oh, so this is like when like a baseball player is like playing his sport, and Hunter's like, yeah, sure, okay. And Stephanie was just not Talia.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed to enjoy the energy that she was bringing, because I didn't get a lot of indication about what was going on there. I knew he was going to pick her because we got one confessional where Hunter said something about Stephanie. He's like, there's something about her I like. And it was like the most benign comment about how he liked something about her. No idea what. And so I was like, they would not have given us that confessional when we haven't seen a single thing about Stephanie if he wasn't going to pick her. So I'm reading the edgic, okay? Like
Mhm.
Farmer Wants a Wife edgic. Get the websites going. Find me on Reddit. Actually, please don't. So I did see it coming, but I still don't really know anything about her except for that there's something about her that Hunter likes.
Jenny, have you been disappointed with the lack of farmer pickup lines for the
Yes.
various women?
Yes. I feel like we get like a few like countryisms here and there. But I want more farmer punchlines, like
Mhm.
that. Listen, this is what we're here for.
Maybe they
I
don't
did
like
notice,
them. Maybe they're like sensitive about it.
I think that it was Landon said, like, I always try to take note when they say something, and I'm like, that's not something I hear every day. He said, slap some bacon on a biscuit, we're burning daylight.
Now they were literally eating bacon, right?
They were. So that was not the bacon on a biscuit part was not a euphemism.
That was kind of like, hey, hurry up and finish breakfast because we have to leave.
But the burn in daylight part was like not that's not like an expression I hear very often. Maybe it is in farmland, but he's just like, oh, okay, like let's get moving because we're burning daylight. The day is getting late. Let's go. But I don't know. He just like, you can say things in that accent and make it sound like it's like a country saying. You know what I mean? Slap some bacon on a biscuit. We're burning daylight. Like the delivery was just so good.
I Googled some farmer pickup lines. I also asked ChatGPT to write some.
Yes.
Both are weird. Some of the better ones include my name must be John Deere because I'm totally a tractor to you. That's a good one.
Oh no, that's a dad joke.
That's a good one. On a similar note, don't worry about the John, just call me Deere.
It's just John. These are not farmer pickup lines. These are just specifically. Is ChatGPT sponsored by John Deere?
These are not from ChatGPT.
Oh, okay. Are you on a website that is?
I am on a website that I don't know. They ask, have you got a license for those guns?
Oh my God. Oh, no.
Yeah, these might be pickup lines to pick up a farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then also I asked ChatGPT, which might be confused, said you must be the farmer's market because you've got the freshest produce in town. Don't say that to anybody.
You got the freshest melons in town, lady.
They'll say I may be a farmer, but I know how to plow my way into your heart. Easy.
Oh my God. Plow my, like, it like started off so like dirty and then was like into your heart. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my.
Oh my. Yes. Okay. Should we talk at all about then Farmer Landon? That he had the bacon showdown at his house.
Yeah, there was burnt bacon and then not burnt. How do you like your bacon, Rob?
Boy, as opposed to like how to prepare it.
Like, are you a crispy or a chewy bacon?
Yeah, I think I like it probably crispy.
I'm a chewy bacon. I'm honestly not even like a big bacon person. Like, I don't mind bacon in things, but it's like I don't like just making a bunch of bacon and then just like eating it.
Such a mess.
It's just and it smells like it. Your whole like existence smells like bacon. But if the bacon was burnt, like I would just be throwing it out. I'm not eating burnt bacon.
Yeah, crispy is good, but burnt bacon is gets pretty gross.
Yeah, not for me.
So yeah, it doesn't seem like we have a lot going on here for Farmer Landon. Kind of had the least to do here in this episode. He ultimately ends up going off with Kylie.
Yes. Now, I will say that Landon did have a little bit of a storyline where he basically got reamed out by Zoe in front of the other women because Zoe had been talking about how she felt like Landon was not trying hard enough to connect with all of them. Yeah. And she especially had not gotten any time with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoe just said, and I don't know, listen, I don't know how much they're drinking. I'm not sure, like, if this were Joe Millionaire and we had our angel Brianna with the White Claws, I would have a better sense of how much they were partaking. But there are certain points of the night where I'm like, oh, this feels like a little bit of the liquid courage where you're getting a little saucy because you're a little saucy. You know
Well,
what I
maybe
mean?
that's why this was the best episode.
Maybe. Listen, I'm just saying, like, it's I don't think it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
But there was definitely some sort of alcohol being consumed because there was cheersing. I saw wine glasses and stuff. But Zoe seemed to just kind of let the guard down, and like while they were all at a table, she decided to take it upon herself to confront him with all of them there to be like, yeah, we don't feel like you're actually putting in that much effort to get to know us.
So
Landon's like, oh God.
It feels like that maybe this is a fundamental flaw with Farmer Wants a Wife, because we, have some women here who are creating the drama, but almost universally, the farmers are seeking out a wife who is not any drama. Yes. And so any woman who kind of like stands out with like a personality is almost like immediately out of consideration for being a part of the show. Like,
and that
she's upsetting the whole situation, and that's it.
And I fully agree, first of all. And this is why I think that this show will be successful in matching some people up. And why I also think that maybe it won't be as successful at entertaining the people of America, North America, that want a little bit of the sass,
Yes. Yes.
Because listen, we just had MILF Manor, okay? Like, we want trash. And
not everybody does. Not everybody does.
And I do think that there definitely is a contingent for this. And this is a very charming love show, but I do think that you still also need like a few firecrackers there. And I don't know, I think we still get it. We've got like Cassidy Joe. She's definitely not boring. Like, we've got people that are like also there and probably going to be front runners for these men and are like going to bring a little bit of that energy. But like, Zoe's not long for this world. I think Zoe is probably gone very soon, because she straight up just like called him out and was so passive aggressive too. Cause she was just like, yeah, like, by the way, I feel like I've not talked to you. So, it'd be cool if at some point you want to do that. And he's like, okay, well, how about right now? And then they go like 3 feet away from the rest of the table and have like the most awkward conversation. Like, this is not going to win this man over.
This is not the way to the farmer's heart.
No, he wants a simple life with a simple wife. And, I just don't think that this is the kind of person that's,
maybe they felt like between 4 farmers, Jenny, that they would have like enough drama for one show.
Maybe, but maybe it's better. Like, I don't know, maybe the formula is, like you said, you've got a lead like Ryan, who's not afraid to slip the tongue real early in the competition with multiple people, and you just let that breed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the cattle.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Let's go back to Ryan's farm. And there was like some talk in the morning, even before they went to the rodeo, about so how many people here hooked up with Ryan? Anybody?
Yeah.
Not Lily.
So they seem to have already known that Haley had kissed him. So she must have, told them about that when they came to the farm. The rest of them came to the farm. So that was apparently presented to us as like common knowledge. But then they're like, oh, Sarah, you also have had like a little bit of alone time. And she's just like, yeah, we just chatted. It was just chatting. And they're like,
yeah,
it was not chatting. And she's like, okay, well, we did kiss.
Yep.
So everyone else was like, what the frick?
And Lily's like, boy, what do I need to do?
Yeah. Well, especially because I understand where Lily is coming from, because I thought when we had our premiere and we saw them have their little speed dates with all the women, I thought Ryan was quite taken by Lily.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, where's the Lily content? But then
Yeah.
I felt like Lily got a little spicy this episode
She
too,
did.
because
She did.
she's definitely like, you need to step up for me,
Yeah.
which I respect.
She's like, what? What's that? Did you ask me out in front of everybody? Say my name.
Yeah. Say my name, bitch. Yeah. I wish she had said that. That would have been cool.
Ryan also put the women to the ultimate. I mean, this guy could do no wrong because he says, all right, time to go out to the horse stables. Let me see how you are at shoveling poop.
Literally shoveling fecal matter. What? Nothing I want to do more in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah. That was the only like real farm work of the week, I feel. And so he splits them up into pairs, but then Lily is like the forewoman because she knows the most about horses or something. I don't know. It was very confusing, but like it was like lift up the least amount of bedding and the most amount of poop. Like you gotta maximize your poop in your shovel.
Yep. Look, Farmer Wants a Wife, the only show on TV that combines romantic encounters and manure. Only on Farmer Wants a Wife. Fuck. Hit or quit. Or SHIT.
Literal SHIT. Yeah. And this is where we see Lily get you know, kind of claiming her territory a little bit, and Ryan being like, I'm not even going to hide who I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Because
what about Portia? She gets nothing? No interest from Ryan?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I think Portia is like the only person that hasn't really had one of those moments with Ryan. But we get the scene of her in the stable, kind of like watching as Ryan and Lily like flirt and throw hay on each other, which I don't think that I would want to get hay on.
Please no hay, the hay that's been in the poop.
Exactly. Like it's the poop hay too. Like it's not even like a fresh bale of hay
like
that has not been sullied by poop.
Like from Big Brother Canada. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't want that.
Yeah. But I see Portia. I'm like, who's this? Like, oh yeah, Ryan doesn't even pay attention to her. He's got so many other women interested in him. He doesn't even bother with talking to Portia. He's got a Porsche in the garage. Doesn't even use it.
She's not leaving. That's the thing, is like, that's the power of Ryan. Like, you know, Hunter and Landon, like, they don't act right for a second. Like, they're not asking enough questions or like paying attention to someone for like a second. And these women are like, do you even like me? Like, what is this even about? Ryan's straight up like making out with other girls in front of these women, and they are staying because they're like, my time's gonna come. I need me some Ryan.
I just need some alone time with him. I'll be next.
That's how good he is, you know?
He's so good.
Maybe
he should
you're
be the
onto
only
something,
person.
Rob.
He should be the only farmer.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about from week 3 of Farmer Wants a Wife?
Well, we had
Zoe. Next week. Did you see that preview, Jenny?
Testicles.
Yep.
That's what I remembered.
What's going on there? That the women are going to be forced to eat testicles? Identify them? What's happening?
Are they cow testicles?
Is that a big part of farming?
Listen, I personally don't know. I will say that I did get some like farming.
Is there a gross food competition coming up?
I hope so. I did get some farming intel from one of our listeners. This is coming to us from Kelly McBean, mother of the great Greg McBean.
Oh.
And she works in the ag business, so she knows a lot about this. Yeah, she's a lab technician for an agricultural lab, and she said one thing: ag sales could mean a couple of things. There are ag sales who sell seeds and pesticides and seeds, baby, and antitoxins. Then there are ag sales people who sell equipment, tractors, trailers, rakes, and other machinery. She said, when the farmer refers to going west, remember when Alan said that he
Yeah.
has to go west a couple times a week.
Is that a euphemism?
She said there are some farmers that sell direct and then they would take their product somewhere for sales. So when he says he's going west, he's probably just delivering his product to wherever he sells it to. So it might just be a little bit of like maybe it's 30 minutes west. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, so Kelly, if you're listening right now, first of all, thank you for the insight. And secondly, is this a farm thing, the testicles? Do you know anything about the egg sales life with the cow testicles? Why do they have them?
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing with them? If you have any idea why this is going to happen, please let us know.
What do they call them? Like blue mountain oysters? Is that what they call them? Let me see. It's like something.
I thought you were going to say blue balls.
No. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let me see.
They were
Rocky Mountain
testicles.
oysters. Mountain
Rocky.
oysters. Yeah.
Okay.
Is
it like what, a cow or a bull testicle?
Yeah, Jenny. According to Google, Rocky Mountain oysters or mountain oysters or meatballs are also known
really
as prairie oysters in Canada.
Okay.
Jenny, do you call them prairie oysters?
No, I'm not calling them anything.
It's a dish made of bull testicles. The organs are often deep fried after being skinned, coated in flour, pepper, and salt, and sometimes pounded flat. The dish is most often served as an appetizer. Does sound appetizing. There you go.
This is, who wants to get pounded flat? Bring on the testicles.
Okay.
I am so confused about what the point of this is. But again, they're back on. So we see on the next time, we see like a couple clips of dates, and we see like, I'm pretty sure Hunter said like this date couldn't have gone any better. But then we also see farm stuff. So it's like, where is the date? What is going on? I have to wait and see next week, I suppose.
Well,
but
if you come back next week.
I mean, I feel like we did.
I do think we sold.
I think we forced the hand a little bit with the testicle tease there. You know,
the old testicle tease.
It works every time.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
No comment. Okay.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. Like, I will. What I guess is not really that important, but Ryan gave like Sarah a rose, which there's no roses as currency on this show. And they kiss in front of a bunch of people. Like, this man does not give an F. He is just going for whatever woman. And you know what? I respect it.
Okay. All right, Jenny, are you ready for the lanterns? That we need to make a decision about what's coming up next week.
All right.
Yeah. Jenny, are you going to ring the bell? We do have, Jenny and I get to make a decision.
Yeah.
And then we'll tell you what the audience had to say. Again, you can vote all week, robinswebsite.com/hit-or-quit. All right. Jenny, what is your decision?
Well, Rob, like, I went into this week and, I had high expectations because I saw a lot more than just bull testicles in the last few days. And I was waiting to see whether this show could really pull me in, And there were times where I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if this is enough. I don't know if it's too much. But I started to come around. I saw that glimmer in your eye when we got on the call together. I saw the hope and the confidence you had in Farmer Wants a Wife. And it was inspiring to me, not gonna lie, if you're in, Rob, I'm in, I really feel like I would be doing you a disservice if I were to ring the bell right now, because I think that you believe, and you believe in me, and if you believe in me, then I can fly.
Okay.
So I'm not ringing the bell tonight, Rob.
All right.
I gotta see
Jenny,
the testicles.
gotta see it. Gotta see it, right?
I need answers.
I can't even slow play this. I thought this was the best Farmer Wants a Wife yet. It's picking up.
It is.
We got Blue Mountain oysters on the horizon next week. We can't leave now.
No.
Not after everything we've been through.
And are they going to eat something
mustard
else?
gas on special forces.
Yeah.
And where are we going?
Exactly. That is the bigger question. You know, if you are hating on Farmer Wants a Wife, which if you are, come on. Doesn't it make you feel a little good to see just some simple American folk finding love in the
But that's
heartland?
not enough. We need to know where we're going. Okay.
Yes. So
and you can let us know, robinswebsite.com/hit-or-quit. I'll tell you what the audience had to say. We polled the audience. Okay. And this is what they had to say if we should hit or quit. 80% said it's a hit.
Wow.
The audience, we have not lost the audience.
Okay.
At least the people responding to our polls, 80% of them are saying keep going. It's a hit.
That counts to me. That's who we're doing this for.
Sam, let me know in the chat. Did anybody suggest anything that we should be switching over to? I mean, you and I did cover the other night the conclusion, the finale of MILF Manor.
Yes.
I think seeking brother husband did seem a little interesting to me, but
so when is that coming, Rob?
I think probably taking the MILF Manor time slot.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm completely in on that idea. So
it was interesting. Okay. Seeking brother husband, meet the couples and the trios. I did talk about seeking sister wife with Jason Reed over the summer. It was very fun. Okay.
I'm very curious about that. And that's the thing is like, if you say quit, I'm going to try to not take it personally that you don't want us to podcast ever again.
Yeah.
And that you just have something against farmers and their love. But if you do say quit,
Sunday night, March 26th at 10 p.m. So it is.
Okay. Oh, that's a Sunday.
But look, let us look. People can keep an eye on it and let us know if we should be talking about it. Also, Sam suggested Race to Survive Alaska on the USA Network.
So that was a suggestion from the forum, I think.
Yes.
Or is that? Yeah, I don't think that's Sam saying that.
Yes, no, I asked him to give us, and I'll tell you, in one of the toughest competition shows ever attempted, I'm already out. 8 teams of elite athletes embark on a harrowing journey across the unforgiven Alaskan wilderness. However, with no food or shelter, they must fend for themselves and survive off the unwelcoming land. I just watched Outlast. I just did this.
What about Wild Tuna?
Better than Outlast. Yeah.
Wild tuna, anyone?
Wild tuna, yeah, wicked tuna.
Wicked tuna.
Also, Sam said we had a suggestion for Queen's Court.
Okay? Oh, it's a dating show, and Tamar Braxton.
Yes, Queen's Court is on Peacock. Features Tamar Braxton, Nevia, and Evelyn Lozada. They have it all: family, career, money, worldwide fame. For their massive successes, the one area they have not ruled in is matters of the heart. Now in their 40s, these mature and healthy queens are leaving behind a history of broken dreams, high-profile divorces, and domestic abuse to open their hearts and find their kings.
Wait, I feel like I've seen something.
It's already premiered, I think. March 16th. It premiered earlier this month.
I love, now that I've watched MILF Manor, I love the older woman, getting what she deserves kind of story. So I don't hate it.
Okay.
And Tamar is great. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well,
but keep the suggestions coming.
Keep them coming. Okay. And so we will talk about them every week as we decide whether or not to hit or quit Farmer Wants a Wife, but not tonight. Not tonight, Satan. Okay.
All right. I do have one more update, Rob.
Yes.
I believe the Farmer Hunter chimed in on our last podcast on YouTube.
What did he have to say? Shout out Farmer Hunter.
Shout out to Hunter, and he said, "Don't worry, the bunk beds are gone."
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what that means. Does that mean he found love, or does that mean
I
he
think
just
it
needed
means
them
that
out?
maybe he said, that they were not part of the house,
I
not
think
part
that
of the
that's what
normal
he's
aesthetic. Yeah.
saying, but I want to infer that it has a hidden meaning as
Yeah.
well, where it's like,
They're
don't worry,
broken.
the bunk beds are gone.
They
Wink.
broke.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I don't know what the wink means, but it means something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So shout out to Hunter. We'll wait and see why the bunk beds are gone, I guess.
All right. Now, Jenny and I and Puya and Chappelle talked about the season finale, season 1 of MILF Manor. Jenny went and did something that nobody thought was possible. She binged all of MILF Manor season 1. We talked about it at a
24
very fun
hours.
podcast the other night. So check that out. Jenny and I are also going to be back together on Monday night for
Yes.
the Survivor feedback show. And Jenny, we got a good episode to talk about.
I know. I'm very excited.
Just in case anybody hasn't gotten to Survivor yet, don't spoil it.
Yeah, no, I'm just excited to talk about Survivor. It's been a minute since we've got to talk about it together, and it was a great episode. And yeah, anytime I get to talk about a show that is like widely accepted by people is like a fun change. So that'll be good fun on Monday. And yeah, other than that, I guess if anyone's behind on RHAP, we also chatted this past weekend with Akiva for the worst podcast ideas bracket.
Yeah.
And that was also a great time.
We've been a great March on RHAP.
Time. Yeah. It's been fun.
Okay. Well, we're on fire. And of course, check out not the official Survivor podcast. And then, of course, check out our new podcast feed for Hit or Quit, available wherever you get your podcast. Thank you so much for joining us for another week of Hit or Quit. You can vote all week long, robswebsite.com/hit or quit. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.